Ride Bears 80-56 out of the South Atlantic Conference tournament. The Bears advance to the semifinal where they'll take on the winner of Catawba and Limestone. Catawba was pulling away in that game, leading at 72-61. Joined by Pioneer coach Meagan Price. I'm not going to belabor the point here because shot making has to be such a key, and this Pioneer team has been making shots this year, not tonight. And I'm not saying that the Bears didn't play great defense, but we missed some open looks, missed some open shots, and really that's it. And then we had to take some gambles on defense a little bit. And that's kind of the difference in this basketball game.
Yeah, and I think, the gambles on me, but they're a team that, he'll run the shot clock out, and so he'll wait till the very last second to get something. And, unfortunately, they still make those at the end of a shot clock. And so, for us, we had to take a gamble, and we just didn't get what we wanted out of it, like we did the first game. And, but we didn't make shots today. And, we took 12 more shots than them. And so, and they make 30 and we make 21, and we go 2 for 23 from the three. I thought we fought till the end. I thought our seniors fought till the end. I'm proud of them. It's just unfortunate that we didn't make shots at home, and we normally do.
Right, and this is, I'll talk about it, and I'll wrap it up and those things as far as that. We don't need to belabor the point. They make 2 3-pointers. That's nothing new. It is news when we make 2 because we're usually a much better shooting team there, and we're a much better rebounding team than we showed tonight as well. 18 offensive boards, impressive, but they had 44 total. But we missed a bunch of shots, so it allowed them to get some rebounds as well.
Yeah, and it's hard because, if you don't make shots, and we didn't make them for, numerous possessions in a row, so you didn't have anything to drive that energy. And then, you may get 3 stops in a row, but then you get scored on, and then we're still 5 possessions deep and haven't scored at all.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, at this point, in the game, if you don't make shots, and obviously defense and rebounding wins championships, but you got to put the ball in the basket. That's what I kept telling our team. I can't put the ball in the basket for us. You got to have confidence and just step in and make it. And like I said, it's just unfortunate we didn't tonight.
A team that did a lot of good stuff. Listen, a bounce back year for you, and it had to be a lot of fun. We were question mark. We didn't know where we would be. We were sitting at North Georgia, and I thought, you know what, we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
And then we went to Young Harrison. I thought, we're going to be just fine.
Yeah.
And we go through the month of December. We look great. Everything is good. We battled a little bit of that injury bug, but how much fun was it just to have the success and build and get that success back to this program?
It's crazy, but, I've been here 3 years. Obviously, we had the COVID year. We would have had 20 wins that year. But, first 21 season for me here in 3 years. And then just that feeling of winning is much better than that feeling of losing last year.
Yeah.
And so I think for us, it's a good step for us in recruiting too, and kudos to our seniors because I think they did a good job. The people who came in bought in, and they did a great job. And I think, that helps us for the future. And that's a building. This year's a building block for us. And it's unfortunate how it happened, but I still think that the season overall was a very successful season for Tusculum even, you know, and just getting a 20-win season. And, I know that, shout out to Carter for doing that too here. But, it takes a while, and then once you build it, people come, and that's what we did.
And you've sustained that for sure. Jami comes in here, was a breath of fresh air, double record in the league. Did we know that she was going to do that? I don't know, but she did, and boy, it was a great year for her here.
It was, and I thought, down the stretch, just for her being here for a year, just giving us everything that we wanted offensively and rebounding, giving us a post presence again because we didn't have it last year. And so that was different, too, with our guards having to kind of adapt again to that. But, I'm thankful that we got her. And, and so I'm happy she was here, and it was a great run for her. Obviously fell short, but Conference Carolinas Player of the Year, and then we hope at least first team All-SAC. We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, no question about it. She's got a valid argument for that. But Maya was going to be the all-time shot block leader with Stephanie Neptune. Didn't get one here tonight. That's unfortunate. Wanted to play better, I'm sure.
She did get one, I think.
Yes,
but I'm not going to talk about it
right.
because I really feel like she got one down there. And, unfortunate, but, man, that kid, I can't talk about her a lot because I'll get teary-eyed, but she's bought into me for 3 years, you know, and I've had her for 3. I am going to cry. But,
and that's fine.
That kid is unbelievable defensively for our league. I don't know how I'm going to replace her defensively. I don't know how I'm going to replace her offensively. She had a bad shooting night tonight, but I thought for her, I was so proud because she continued to fight even till the last second. I'm like, get another steal, and she's trying to do that. But that kid has been amazing for me, and she is the one kid I can say that truly from the beginning has really bought into me. And that's one thing that I appreciate coming in as a new coach, that first year, and then her just giving me everything she's got for 3 years. And I can't say very much more because I will cry.
You will cry. Sophie had really handled that point guard position. The assist, again, doesn't have to score a lot. She comes up with steals, comes up with assists. Blair comes in, knocks down shots. You've always got Alyssa Walker had another bounce-back game for her here today after not a great game Saturday, but Alyssa has done. Those are just the seniors. Those are the ones that kind of walk. Those are the ones that went through that have really cut their teeth here this year, and Dee Sherman as well. It's a lot to try to replace coming into next year.
Yeah, it's a lot, and kudos to Sophie because she has really bought into me for 2 years. She struggled with COVID that first year. So she came in, she was one of the first people I signed, and she's just a worker. And I go back, I'm like, I don't know how we're going to replace her work ethic and that drive that she has. It's unbelievable. And then same thing, this is a shout out to Alyssa, but I'm still trying to talk her into coming back too,
One more.
Giving me one more because she's really shined here at the end too. And I feel like she's given me, so much, like aggressive to the rim today, just wanting the basketball, saying, no, we're not going to quit, getting those offensive rebounds at the end. But even Alyssa coming in, as a Division I transfer, and I think she was like freshman of the year over there. And so just for her to have that ability to buy into me for 2 years, I think it's been great. I was like, who am I missing? Dee. Man, Dee's been here for 3 years with me. She was one of the first people I signed to, and that kid is a walking bucket, which we've said for however long. And I don't know how we're going to replace. I'm looking at this list. I don't know how we're going to replace Dee. Yeah. And I will say this: like Dee's been in the gym. I mean, probably more than anybody else. Every time I leave, she's the last one to leave. She's always here and always putting in the work. And so I'm really proud of her as well. I'm proud of them.
Recruiting starts right away, but go address your team.
Yeah,
you
I
need
will.
to do that.
Thank you.
Coach, thank you
Appreciate
very much.
it.
That's Meagan Price. The Pioneers fall here tonight to the Lenore Bears, 80-56. Let me just go over the numbers as we wrap this one up here tonight from Pioneer Arena. We've got to get into Game 2 mode and get into the second part of that as well as the Pioneers fall to the LR Bears. 30 of 58 shooting for the Bears in the game. 2 of 8 from 3, 18 of 20 from the free throw line for LR. 18 of 20, impressive. Pioneers were 21 of 70 from the floor, just 2 for 23 from 3, 12 of 17 from the free throw line, and the Bears out-rebounded Tusculum 44-38. The Bears had 16 assists, 13 turnovers, 2 blocks, and 6 steals. The Pioneers had 8 assists, 12 turnovers, no blocks, and 4 steals in the basketball game. The Bears, great balance, 17 for Blakely Crooks, 8 rebounds, 14 points for Azaria Fields, 10 points for Hannah Stoll, 12 for Emily Harmon, 16 for Brandy Hudson off the bench, 11 for Jalen Gathers in the game for the Lenore Bears. Everybody scored in the game, scored double figures, 80 points for the Bears. The Pioneers get a 25-point, 11-rebound game for Jami Tham, 14 points Alyssa Walker, 4.7 boards for Maya Belton, 5 points for Blair Schultz, 8 points for Dee Sherman for their total of 56. The Pioneers end the season 20-9. The Bears go to 22-7. They will be moving on to the semifinal Saturday, 2:30, Timmons Arena. They'll play likely Catawba, who lead 81-67 with 27 seconds remaining in that game. Game 2 of our doubleheader is coming up. But first, our news between games for our radio listeners. That's on the way next, presented by Jeffers Funeral and Cremation Services. Your final score was Lenore 80, Tusculum 56. Thanks to Meagan Price. This has been Pioneer Basketball here on the Pioneer Sports Network.